Right time? Absolutely.
Absolutely. Where like if anyone could, I mean honestly, I go back in my career. Had I been able to fight Anthony Pettis and it didn't go my way, I would have retired. But I didn't get the opportunity to fight Anthony Pettis, so I was like, all right, well fuck, I felt like I still had more to do. I would have retired on top. I would have just, even if I did beat him, I probably would have fought one more time because the money was going to be a lot better. I probably would have fought again, or until I lost the title, then I would have walked away. But it was in my mindset, because when I was younger, when I fought Eves, that should have been for the lightweight title. I was ranked number 1 in the world. He was ranked number 2. We should have fought for the lightweight title. And my point when I came back to the UFC was like, I'll get there again. I knew I would. And then they offered it to me. I didn't get it. But the guys that were ranked ahead of me were tailor-made for me. One of them was Gray Maynard, who was a teammate of mine. So we had already talked about not fighting until it was for the title. But then I thought TJ Grant was tailor-made for me. I thought he was the speed, my speed, all that stuff. So I just felt like there was more. Him with Glover, he was already the champ. He's at 44 years old now, I believe. It was his time. Why go any further? They were kind of, you could tell they were wishy-washy on giving him this title shot again. Yeah. That's why they went with Ankalaev and Jan. And the fact that it didn't work out, I think he saw the writing on the wall. Why be a gatekeeper for all these young guys? Get out now, spend some time with my wife, my family, whatever it is. I'm happy, man. I'm so glad that he decided to leave while on top.
I agree with you. It's the right time to get out. There's no reason to, push your career into the point where you become the gatekeeper. You've had a fantastic career. You were the champion. He's got Alex Pereira, who is, fighting out of his gym. That's a guy that he's working with all the time. You can step right into that and, ride that, train as, far as it's going to go, because it's going to be there for a while. Alex is not old right now. So, this is the right time. And, Glover said the right thing is that, sometimes I'm too tough for my own good. And he is.
Yeah.
He is. He's been a warrior the entire time I've ever known him. I've known him for 20 some years. And all I want to say is to Glover, man, brother, you gave it everything you had. You were a stud. Sometimes it just doesn't go our way, but you're always a champion, man.
Well, John, let's not forget, he had visa problems for so long. His prime was spent not fighting in the UFC when the UFC wanted him.
All over the world. I was refereeing him all over the world.
They wanted him. They were waiting. They were licking their chops going, man, why? There was nothing that they could do.
Because he was working out with, he trained with Chuck.
Yep.
Yep.
And the UFC was doing everything they could. They even put money into it, from what I understood.
They did.
They put money in to get his visa thing situated, and they still couldn't get it situated. Yeah. He wasted his prime trying to get a fucking visa so he can get in and fight the best fighters in the world. And he still came back and fought for the title, won the title. He fought for the title 3 times. The first time came up short, second time won it, third time now came up short. But he's a stud. And if you haven't talked to him, or if you ever see him, don't let the bald head and the ornery look fool you. The guy's nothing but smiles. I got to be honest, man. Like, outside of like Frankie and, for me, BJ and those guys, certain guys, but he's right up there, man, at the top with being just so approachable, so nice, kind-hearted. You can just tell, never has anything bad. Even when he walks, oh, you look so good. I like when people pat me on my back. He does it all the time. So he's a super great guy, and it's gonna be sad to see him go, but it is time. My next question, though, John, does Pereira come up now at 205? Because if you look at the division, they're almost all strikers, and he cuts a ton of weight. I mean, that might be something. It might be
something you will see.
Yeah.
The real question is, who is Alex going to be fighting? Is it going to be Izzy in a rematch? We're going to find out. Who knows for sure? But it seems to me that right now, with the style of fighters, the only guy that I look at that I think can really cause, Alex trouble in that light heavyweight division is Ankalaev, because he does have the wrestling. And if he's smart, he's going to take him down and try to use his, ground game and stuff. But other than that, like you're saying, it's a bunch of strikers, a lot of guys that are good on the feet, a lot of guys that have power, Well, guess what? He matches up very well with all of those. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see. And you're right. Dude, he cuts so much weight. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah. But I mean, you look. If I was to say him and Hill would be a great fight.
Oh,
you don't have to
him and Hill, him and Span.
Yeah, him and Span. Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. It makes sense when you look at that fight. Him and Jan Blachowicz would be a great fight.
Yep.
I think Jan would end up turning into a wrestler. We've seen him turn into a wrestler a couple times, but I'd see
Jan's
him
not
doing
stupid.
that. No, he's not dumb. Not at his age. He's like, I got this.
100% agree.